Broker Bulletin acknowledges the traditional custodians of all the lands across the country on which we record our podcast and pays its respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Welcome to the Broker Bulletin podcast, where better begins. Join us as we chat with brokers about what's working for them, what drives them, and the real challenges and wins that matter most right now.
Welcome back to the Broker Bulletin, and today we're going to cover something that's very dear to my heart, shifting your mindset away from running the business on settlements to focus on top of funnel. Best person to talk to that is John Wood. And John, hey, before we do, something exciting in the last 24 hours. Share with us what's happened.
A big milestone in life. I'm a granddad. As of, I don't know, like 12:30 this morning.
Oh, how good. Little boy or little girl?
A little girl, Charlotte.
Love it.
And I just saw her a couple hours ago and she's gorgeous.
Oh, so good, mate. Is that the first grandchild or?
Buzzing. Yes.
Mate,
yeah,
so good.
So excited.
Very good. Well, you are glowing. You heard me talk about the concept of sort of running the business on top of funnel. Before we go into that, you want to talk us a bit, sort of unpack your business a bit first. Talk to us about the business, background, help the guys understand it.
So a broker of 20 odd years, a team of three. So myself, two loan writers. One's my wife, one's a coworker. And currently interviewing for an admin support role.
Yep. Onshore or offshore?
Both.
Yeah, okay, good.
Offshore looks good full-time. Onshore for part-time looks like she'll be an immediate loan writer.
Yeah, right.
Bank manager, coming back to the industry, really confident, ready to grow. Top funnel, sales funnel. The big end is putting prospecting and lead generation.
Yeah.
The narrow end is settlements and working your way through from generations to submission to approval to settlement.
Let me ask you a question on that, just while I keep it. So for those that are listening, so the whole run in top of funnel is stop focused on settlements and start focusing on the things that you can influence.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that. Was that a hard decision that you had to shift? Like, what was the light bulb moment and how did it start to impact your business? Let me understand it a bit better.
Yeah, it's good. My wife always says I'm guilty of counting chickens.
Yeah.
So I focus on settlements and I get really like, oh, what's that worth?
Grandfather chickens.
So it's sort of a bad habit because you get focused on the end of the process and not the beginning.
Yeah.
So sitting in an Elevate gave me the insight to shift rather than the bottom, look at the top and prospect and fill it with lead gen. Doing that, so I've added KPIs of both lodgements and meetings.
Yeah. So appointments, are you measuring first appointments? Is it a discovery call? What are you measuring for that first appointment?
A lot of my stuff is a proposal via email.
Yeah.
So somehow we've engaged and I make an offer suggesting, I think we should go something like this.
Yeah.
And I count that offer as my meeting in case I've not counted it somewhere else. So at somewhere along the way, that offer and really what it is should we progress? So we've talked, we got to know each other. I think this looks good for you. Do you want to move ahead to an application? And that offer for me is a meeting or a check on the mark.
So how long? 18, 20 years you said in the business?
20 years,
Is that correct? In the past, when we focus on settlements is 3 months, 4 months ago. So it's too much of a lag indicator. So with you though, how confident are you, if you know that proposal or that discovery meeting at the front end, how confident are you in the conversion? Like when you say reverse engineer it up to the top, how confident are you if you hit those KPIs, they'll move through and how do you control it?
So fairly confident. Almost all of my referrals currently come from either existing customers or repeat customers. That type of customer has a high confidence of proceeding. I've based my numbers on 6 out of 10 just to be kind of on the safe side.
Yeah, I think that's consistent, isn't it?
It is because, you get Google leads or you get social media leads. They're pretty ordinary. Like there's not a trust ratio there. In my experience, very few of those convert to a settlement. For the sake of creating metrics, I've called it 6 out of 10 and I've reversed engineered from the numbers in settlements I want and converted that into appointments and activity to go out and chase. Which is working really well.
For argument's sake, you work out what your plans are for FY26, settlement number, revenue number you want to hit. You know what your average loan size is. Because you reversed engineered your KPIs, then you know what you need to do each month in view of lodgements. Then you know what you need to do in view of appointments. Do you want to unpack that a bit more? And how do you run it? You run weekly, fortnightly, monthly? What does that look like?
I run it weekly, but I just want to back up a quick sec. You and I had a good chat right around Christmas. I'm pretty sure you think I don't work, but...
What do you mean I don't think you work?
You reminded me that when I have holidays and time out of the office, that time doesn't count. To adjust the activity to reflect that time out of office. So for me, it's probably about 2 months out of the year, give or take a bit.
Yeah.
And I just cut that out. And then the rest of the remaining time, that's what I focus on. And I count per week. So my activity is weekly based. It's good because if you finish the week on a Friday and say your number is a little bit low, the next Monday, you're like, well, right, I've got to make up those 2 appointments this week. So you don't blow out your timeline into last month, this happened. Last week, this happened.
Yeah.
So it's a really good metrics. It works well for me. On Monday, I look at the week ahead. On Friday, I measure the week. Yeah. And on the next Monday, I plan for the next week ahead. So it's a very fresh, active way to look at it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And so what you were sharing, just for those that are listening, is, and we all do that. So you set your plan for 12 months, but the view is you're going to take 4 weeks off and you're going to take 8 weeks off. And not many people, not just you, everybody does.
It's honest. I'm in a good spot in life. You know, I've got a grandbaby.
You do now.
I do. I believe in lifestyle balance. Yeah. I don't need to make $1 million. Well, I mean, I do make $1 million, but I don't need all of it. I don't need all the pie. So I want to have time out of the office. I think health and all that sort of.
But that also helps. You can run harder if you've got the breaks and you get your time right. So if I could just share with the guys, it's important that you do have the stops. Like what you and I have spoken about this whole running sprints. Yep. You know what I mean? So when you're on, you're on. Yeah. But you know when you're going to have time to recharge, stop, refresh. Yep. But what the learning here, or the key observation you shared there, is work out what your figures are going to be for 12 months, work out how much time you're going to be out of the business, and then you recut your KPIs based on what needs to be done over 10 months to hit your 12-month targets.
Exactly.
Yeah. And were you doing that before we came together and Elevate?
No. I'll say it's embarrassing. I've been a successful broker. I hit decent numbers, not fantastic numbers, good for my effort, but I just focus on the end. Because we're service-based and because we do a good job, the referrals come. But it's not by design, it's by default. The big switch of the last 6 months going through Elevate was changing the focus from the end to the top and changing the focus to activity. And that's made a huge difference. And the pipeline's busy.
It's good. It's good. Hey, and the other thing you were talking about with like top of funnel. So what it is, it's reverse engineering the KPIs just to keep reinforcing it. So how do you keep driving not only leads at the top of the funnel, and I like how you keep unpacking about your KPIs weekly, you hit your calls the week before, gives you your appointment KPI the following week, never miss a target if you're hitting the appointment numbers. Yeah. But how do you make sure not only you're hitting the appointment numbers at the top of the funnel, but you're getting in front of the right people? So how do you fill your funnel to hit your KPIs, but also make sure you're the right people?
I might answer that in a now and future answer. The now is we're very focused on service to customers. By good service, we get a lot of referrals back from either, neighbors, family, that sort of thing. So we have a high conversion of getting a referral out of an existing customer.
How do you ask for that though? Like, how do you drive it?
By design. So I might jump out of the conversation and go back to Kaizen, which we did about a year ago. We did 2 Kaizens a year ago, and then maybe last September, October. Kaizen took the process out of my head and put it into paper, and it helped us give the same experience to every customer rather than this person got a referral request and this one didn't, and vice versa. So by design, we mentioned in the beginning of it, we're going to ask for a referral. We ask for a referral. Later in the process around unconditional, we ask for a referral again. Yeah. And we ask for it again around settlement. And that's through templates, SMS, and the phone call. By designing it, if you don't ask, you've missed a task, or you've missed a thing, a part of the process. Yeah. And that has converted to getting more leads, which converts to more volume, which converts to more settlements.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that, because like we focus on chasing the new shiny toy. Like we go out there and we're chasing referrers, we're chasing digital, which are all good strategies. But sometimes as we build a book and get it, like we build a customer network that trust us, they become your best referrer, but you've got to get your process right. Yeah. You indicated you don't just send out an email, but you shifted, you got your back-end process. How important was you to be asking for the referral on the call, sending out the text message to build that top of funnel opportunity?
I think what very important is the answer, very important. I think one of the great things we started was early in the process mentioning that we are going to ask for a referral, and then later asking for the referral. So we've prepositioned it or prefaced it, and then we've done it. And then if we haven't nailed it at the unconditional, then we do it again around settlement and say, oh, by the way, can we get a Google review? And at the beginning of this, I mentioned a referral. We haven't got one from you. We haven't received one from you. What do you reckon? Can I help you? Now, I've not done this bit yet, but I need to. It's one of my tasks. Yeah. Is how can you refer to me? Maybe a 1-page. I'm careful of emails. We send a lot of emails.
So I shouldn't say that. Less people
you're
read
right.
them.
And I'm the worst. I can type like a madman. But talking to the person and saying coworkers, family members, neighbors, here's all sorts of things. And a good referral for me is someone who is looking to get in the property market or ideally someone who's got 7 properties and they don't have a broker.
Yeah.
That's a great one. So I think it gives the person an idea of here's some potential ideas. Now, not every single one of them is going to convert, but then you're fortunate to have some customers who just give you tons of referrals. They love you so much, they refer away. Yeah. And we love them.
Let me ask you this though, John. So there's probably people listening going, oh, great. We work out what is the top, like the appointment number need to look like. And you talk weekly. Let's say for you to hit your targets, we need to have 5 appointments each week.
Yep.
But then they're going, well, what if I can't get my 5 appointments? Yep. So what do you do on the week before to make sure that you're generating the 5? And what happens if you don't generate the 5? And how do you make sure we're hitting those figures?
That's awesome. And that also is thanks to you. So thank you. So a few things came out of that, adding structure to the calendar.
Yeah.
So
what do you mean, like color coding and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, color codings and time blocking. So my 8 a.m. every morning is just organized. Just ditch the garbage emails, get all that stuff organized. Yeah. Right around 9:30, 10 o'clock. At the moment, it's 10 o'clock. I'm thinking of shifting it to 1, but at 10 o'clock, I close the door and I just do my hour of power. We love that word, the hour of power. And that is just...
Is it just you, or do you get the team involved with that now?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't do that currently.
Okay.
I should. I will, but I don't.
Okay.
Currently.
Good.
I think my wife's pretty tired of all the changes I've added to the process. But so I close the door.
Yeah.
I remove distraction and I just hammer as much activity as I can do. And I've got a few things I'm doing. I've got a list of old leads that are just kind of printed and sit on the side of the table.
So you're saying the old not proceeding, they haven't gone anywhere, they're just sitting in my CRM?
And that's in like an 8-page, some of that is old activity from a few years ago, but that's just a document and I can highlight a few names.
Yeah.
And then I kind of jump in my calendar and just, my CRM, look at some of my higher net wealth customers.
Yeah, good. Okay.
And jot a few names down there. And basically what I'm trying to do is throughout the course of the week, get a medley of existing, cold, didn't make it kind of, and all sorts. And then just for an hour, just reach out to everyone. Not everyone answers their phone, but sometimes when you have a missed call, there's a feeling of, I owe that person a call. I'll give them a call back. And then later in the day or the next week, they might call back and I'll say, I was just reaching out to see how you're going.
Do you get many that ring you back? And the only reason why I say, one thing that you did, which I love, is you got your photo and your contact card. And I think that's warmer. Like people then, rather than just getting a mystery number, they actually see your face and your picture and all that. Has that helped? And do you feel customers reach out post the call?
It has. And I just want to comment. I think you really like my photo card, don't you?
I love your photo card.
Some of my sports mates saw that. And I think I rang one of them and they put my photo on the group chat. Yeah. So now every time I group chat those guys, my photo pops up.
Okay.
But it's good. So now when I reach out to people, like I say a new lead, I send them a quick message. Hey, I'm going to call you in a few minutes if you're free. And I share my contact card.
Gotcha.
So they know who's calling. It's not an unknown number. It's John from Beachwood Finance. Yeah. And that works really well.
That's great. So you let them know it's coming. You send the photo. And this is a great way for building that top of funnel.
Yeah.
With this whole mindset shift and focused on top of funnel, if you look at it, how confident are you around FY26 and how's the business shifted with the change?
Really well. FY26 looks good. I had a FY25 goal, 25 of 80 million. I had a bit of family distraction, in-laws moved, all sorts of things happened early in the year. And so those numbers aren't going to hit. I've shifted that down to 60. I'm going to bump up FY26 to 100 million.
Well done.
And I currently have a...
That's over 1.5 times growth. That's good.
It's a big lift.
Yeah.
I currently
you
have...
need to lift that.
I have a poster in my office. It's a cutout face of me on a little surfboard and a wave and stickers all around it. I'm going to Sumatra in late July, early August for 2 weeks. When I hit 60 million... At the end of June, I'm buying myself a new surfboard for that trip.
So good.
So every day I walk in the office and I look at the poster.
So give yourself a KPI, and if you hit it, you're rewarded your behavior.
Yeah. So that's FY25. FY26 is going to be 100 million.
Yeah.
And I need a really big goal, rather a reward. Our 30th wedding anniversary is coming up in August of 26. So I think a trip to Europe might be on the cards.
How good. If you hit the 100.
Yeah.
Cool. Or you get the bride to pay if you don't. So let's wrap it up. So look, and you know this, John, like at Broker Bulletin, it's all about finding the 1%ers that really move the dial and really help your business growth. So I think I know the answer to it. What's the 1%er for you that's really made the difference?
I think the 1% difference has been structure to the calendar. Yeah. And the hour of power.
Yeah. Okay.
That combination of things has spiked prospecting and lead generation.
Yeah.
It's trickled down to a very full pipeline.
Yeah.
And potentially a record-breaking March.
Yeah.
And definitely a strong end of financial year. So
Love
it's going really well.
So good. Yeah. So on that note, mate, we'll wrap it up. John, thanks so much for today. We've had such a great day, and thank you for spending the time with us. And well done on being a grandparent.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
So
Thanks.
good. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in to Broker Bulletin. We would hate for you to miss an episode. Subscribe to Broker Bulletin in your favourite podcast app. Has this episode been helpful? We'd love you to rate and review us. It'll help us deliver content that's useful to you and help others discover us. If you have great ideas for topics worth tackling or have burning questions you'd like addressed on an upcoming episode, reach out. Links in the show notes. See you next time.